And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Internet people.
Hello.
And we are live. Hello, God.
Yep, that's not me.
So
How's
how's everybody
one
doing?
person every week.
Party foul.
Yep.
How is everyone?
I am peachy.
You are
No,
not Peachy. That is
you
a
are
painter
Chris.
guy from GW.
Who? Well, no, okay, I'm not that peachy. Okay, I'm an apricot. I don't know.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, well, mango.
Apparently, it's a thing. It can be a thing.
No, I'm doing good.
That's good.
I am doing good as well. A lot less stress right now.
Good.
Right.
That's always a bonus.
Yep. Well, now, but the old stress has not been replaced with the new stress. So, yay!
Yay! I'm a samanamane.
Well, stress
I don't
is
know if
what keeps you alive.
Well, it's we finally got the tickets going for Warzone Houston. Yay!
AOS.
AOS, yeah. Hey, thanks for the Age of Sigmar guys out there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a little skeptical, but Ski and Kyle and those guys kept telling me, "Oh, nothing to worry about," and you guys are proving me or proving them right and proving me wrong. So
Nice.
thanks very much. But
I think the Houston AOS group in general is pretty strong.
yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, like in about 72 hours, we have, I think we're almost 20 Age of Sigmar players, more than the Warhammer 40,000 players.
Wow.
Yeah, right now. And I mean, and mind you, there's a lot of people like, I actually got a lot of messages, private messages, and on the Warzone Houston Facebook page, people are like, "Hey, sorry, I haven't got my ticket yet," and whatnot. I get it. It's only been like 72 or 96 hours, guys. You're fine. We have time. I understand a lot of people haven't got paid yet and everything. You're good. So, but I appreciate the enthusiasm.
And I know of 3 more Age of Sigmar players that are just waiting to buy tickets because
Nice.
So I mean that's.
Well,
And then there's 4 more possibly in the Webster area that still haven't signed up.
awesome.
So
Well, Infinity guys,
okay.
I think we're at 10 out of 16 Infinity. Last year we only had, I think, 6, and those guys, I put out a little competition like who can get to the 50% mark on ticket sales, and the basically the TO Curtis, he put the word out to his people, and late last night I got a message from him saying, yeah, I think Infinity's got the 50% mark. So those guys are getting a little bonus price support at the event.
Nice.
But I did put the challenge back out for.
I did notice. So you're buying that thing from Atomic?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw it on order. I was like, wait a minute.
yeah. It's a pre-order thing. I went ahead and I ordered it. I'm paying for it and everything.
Okay.
I mean, it'll come out of the event funds and everything. But
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just PayPal it over. Make it easy.
But it's gonna be great.
Yeah. But yeah, I went ahead and put out another challenge for the Warhammer 40K guys and the AOS guys to see who can get the next. Basically, I think I said the next 13 signups by next Tuesday. And if they do, whichever one gets them all signed up by next Tuesday, the most will they'll get a bonus prize support. And same thing with Kill Team and Guild Ball. So
nice.
Yeah, people really responded to the competition, so I want to kind of even it out and give everybody that extra little opportunity to show their team spirit, so to speak.
Go team, go! Go team, go!
I'm excited now, but now I'm replacing the old stress with the new stress of I need to get all the tickets sold.
Well,
You know?
at least not for 40K, you have a guaranteed 5.
Yes. Yes. Oh, I know it's all going to happen. I was just like this last year. I was stressing, and then all of a sudden, all the tickets. Next thing I know, all the tickets were sold. Well, at least for 40K, and some of the other events had picked up. So I know I don't need to worry, but I worry because I want to put on a very good event. And with Alan being out of action right now, it's a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
That because I don't want to burden him. So it's like I'm just trying to take all the stress away from him. But I'm taking it all on myself.
Well, you're doing a good job.
Well, and I got Ski there. I think his name's Corey. I could get it wrong, and then Curtis. So I got a lot of people that are there right now. The ticket sales are going. Warzone Houston, we're now ready to go into the next phase. So pretty excited about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, as you guys probably notice, did I mention the room? Did I mention I'm in my game room? I am in my game room. I did a finagling and fixed a few things. So I'm no longer on my couch. I can actually be in my game room and talk to you guys from there.
That is awesome.
Has better lighting, has gaming-related items. As you can see, the plethora of projects I have in the background there. So, fun fact, a little modeling lesson for everybody. If you use Vallejo dust, the powdering, weathering effect, and then you decide to take Army Painter, flat, acrylic spray, okay, to seal it, it makes all the rust that you did magically disappear. I don't know where it goes. It just made it look like the rust was gone. So I was like, cool. And it was, you see that biggest piece right here? This one? That one? That's the one I tested it on. And Jonathan didn't think to maybe just test it on maybe a walkway, small walkway. I was like, well, I really want to work on this one because there's water effects that needs to be done. So let's just do this one. And all the pattern went away. So I literally was angry and I was dusting it. I was like, I was very upset. And I slung dust everywhere on it. And so it looks good again. But hence why I'm ordering 3 of those sealant things that I sent you that I need to order because I have to seal that. And that's the only way to seal it without ruining it.
The pigment stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I ordered a whole bunch. So
yeah, I got 3 bottles because it's a lot.
I ordered an extra 2 or 3 bottles.
This is all I got from Fallout Hobbies left of the original stuff. This is also a setter as well, and it's a weathering powder setting solution. They don't write what it is, so I had to Google and do a lot of research and watch YouTube videos of what this is. So,
well, I know like Secret Weapons, they have their sealant too because they have all the powders.
Yeah, I forgot what brand I bought, but I bought a brand that we can get through our distributor, and so I got it. I got 3 bottles, and I'm gonna put it in a little spray deal like this and just spray it.
Well, you got 3 bottles for yourself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I ordered 5 or 6 bottles total.
That's fine.
Cool.
I might need more.
Yeah, right.
Well, that's good to know because I'm looking, some of the, I'm going down 2 different hobby tracks right now. I don't know which one I'm going to do. Ski and I discussed that today a lot. But weathering powders, I mean, I've got the full set or both full sets of the Forge World weathering powders. And I would hate to try to seal. Actually, now that I think about it, I have used regular sealing spray. It's a Krylon, but it's like archival spray. Yeah.
Wait.
No.
Did I just hear
what flavor?
Yeah, what was that?
What flavor did you say?
I didn't say I use Krylon Primer.
Oh.
Because I would never, ever, ever use Krylon Primer. But I did use the archival spray.
I have a lot of Krylon Primer. If you ever need some.
Oh, well.
I use it on my lawn chairs or whatever, you know.
The Krylon Primer is great. You guys are overreacting.
I'm taking like prescription. Well, it's not really prescription. I get this off the counter, but it's like Tums, and I go through a lot of these because of Krylon. So, but it's like an
that entire lot of terrain. That is all Krylon Primer.
Oh God. Can you just get an aneurysm just because of that?
Krylon Primer.
You monster. You're a monster.
Hey, you know what?
I'm just painting. Like, I mean,
first off, I gotta know, you gotta be glad I'm wearing pants. Second off, that stuff, by the way, the coloring is amazing. That red Oxide, very rust, goes on smooth. Love it. Hey, you know those really cool Death Guard models that's in the glass shelf in the shop?
No.
That base rust that's underneath all that weathering, that's the Krylon Primer, the same one.
Make it stop.
what are we talking about?
Anyways, I remember already we're off track of what I was talking about.
We're talking about Krylon Primer and how good it is.
No, I was not. Oh well. But back to Warzone Houston. I'm already, even though I'm stressing over about making sure all tickets are sold and everything falls into place perfectly this year. This year is kind of like the last hurdle. So once we get past this year, we should be set up as long as everything goes all right. We'll be fully automated, and come about 2 weeks after Warzone this year, we'll have the paperwork already signed and ready for have next year's venue already secured, which is like an extra almost 1,600 square feet. And we should be going on ticket sales for that in December, as long as everything goes all right.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're going to give way more lead time. So ideally, everything will be fully prepped and ready to go by the end of December. And you guys will be able to see all the events. And, the only thing that'll change are like rule updates and FAQs and all that jazz. So, and I'm already pre-planning. I just got to run stuff by Alan when he gets back. The 5-year mark. I know we still got 2 more years to go after this year, but I'm already planning on a big deal for the 5-year mark.
Does anything special happen, or is it just your own goal?
It's just my own goal.
Okay.
I think if you can hit the 5-year mark with a convention, kind of like a small business, like a small game store, you hit the 5-year mark. That's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
And after this year, and even maybe a little bit next year, we'll be totally self-sustaining. So everything that we get money-wise just gets reinvested back into the event, and the event will get bigger and bigger and bigger for us. So I got well, funny you should mention that. So for the next 2 years, next year we'll be at the Embassy Suites with that extra 1,500 square feet, but I'm looking at the place that we first started Warzone at, the Marriott West Chase, where they had the Delta H-Con. They've got about almost 10,000 square feet there between all the different rooms. And I'm going to look at changing the dates of Warzone by year 5. And by I mean we, including Alan. Well, I just got to put that out there because I'm the one talking right now. but go there and have, you know, double the size we have now, or almost double the size right now, and start including the other games that we've talked about, like the RPGs. We've got several of those gaming societies, the official ones like Adventures League and Pathfinder Society, the Silver Shields for all the Modifius games. People are asking us, hey, can we, you know, piggyback your convention? So, you know, we always wanted, Alan and I always wanted this to be a big, fun convention, still light on the vendors, but, you know, more about the gaming. So that could be coming in around year 5. We'll see. Cool. We will see. And of course, bigger 40K and Age of Sigmar events. Hopefully we can go like get up to 100+ bodies for both those. That would be freaking amazing. And have a massive, get the friendly 40K guys from Austin to come down and run a friendly narrative event. So, but I'm rambling about future stuff. I got to get through this year.
What are you wearing there? What's your shirt?
I am wearing the, is it all backwards?
No, yeah, it's forward.
Our FNP Pro Team jersey. Ski's got the back right there. Mine does not say ski on the back.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They don't all say ski?
It's Team Ski.
Oh, Team Ski. So, yeah, we got a logo for Atomic Hobby Shop. And, of course, some flag. I don't know what that is. But I'm just kidding. Got our logo, got our name on it. We've got our pro team right now. We got, besides the channel team members, TJ, Ski, myself, and Jonathan. We also have Ben and John. They used to be on the show. And then, of course, are we allowed to announce it? You want me to announce the team, or do you want to announce who else is on the team?
No, keep going.
Okay. We have 5 solid top Houston players. I'm not even afraid to say that. We got Mike Delta, David Savage, Colin McDade, Colin Coons, and oh my gosh, who am I forgetting?
Did you get Savage?
I got David Savage, Colin Coons, Colin McDade, Mike Delta. Oh no. Who am I forgetting? Got TJ, Jonathan, John, Ski. Oh my God. I just handed out all these jerseys over the weekend. I know why, because he hasn't been able, his wife, girlfriend just had a baby recently, Eric Tat.
There you go.
I haven't seen him lately play at events and everything because of the baby. Totally understandable. And I haven't. If he had been around, it would have sunk in because of his very distinct looking Gene Stealer cult army. The color scheme is very, very distinct. You won't forget when you see it. So yeah, those guys are Eric, Colin, Mike, and David. Those are our main team members. The rest of us are on there because, you know.
Well, so we got them because we're part of the channel, and I'm not going to not have us have the cool jerseys when we go in force and show up to the events. The 5 though, so our names are all first names on the back or nicknames. And the actual 5 team is their last names because they're the actual 5. So that's actually sponsored by Atomic. They were cool enough. Let's put our logo, the biggest, on the back. They took a small one on the sleeve, but they fronted the bill. So because they're sponsoring the team, because they really wanted to get a team together for Houston, because we didn't really have a united team that was dedicated and went to a lot of the events and stuff. It was kind of scattered around. So just kind of want to unify everybody. So that was the plan. Now, 12 Neef asked you, John, is there going to be an Underworld at Warzone because he has a buddy in Dallas he persuaded to come down and play?
Currently, no. We ran out of we've ran out of space, and as it is right now, it's already going to be a packed house. Last year we had plenty of room, mainly because not a lot of people played in the smaller events, but we added Age of Sigmar on this year, and that room that was dedicated to Infinity and Shadespire is now turned over to Age of Sigmar. Now, if some things work out, I am trying to maneuver around some of the layouts. We might, and it'll be a last minute, last minute as in sometime in April, I will announce if Shadespire is going to happen or not. We're monitoring a couple of small events and how we're going to, where and how we're going to situate the vendors.
Well, and for Shadespire, we need a TO for it.
Yeah.
So, if someone steps up and wants to run it,
we know someone that goes to the shop that actually runs the little tournaments and events there. So maybe we talk to him about it.
Yeah. Is it Raymond?
Yep, Raymond.
Yeah.
And then the prize support. I don't know if GW will give you anything for that, or if you have anything, because I know that was brought up about like the little glass trophy and all the tokens and stuff. If not, then we'd have to figure out a way to make it worth it.
Actually, what I can do, and as long as, well, I know the manager at Atomic Hobby Shop. We're pretty close. We annoy each other sometimes, but whatever. I think if we time everything right, we could take that quarter's Shadespire kit and use that as at least the base prize support for the event. I had to also check, after I check with John, I had to check with the owners to make sure they're cool with that. But that's, of course, if all that happens. And worst case scenario, we might be able to use a little bit of prize support, some of the money we have left over for prize support, and purchase the kit. Or we'll just come up with our very own Shadespire Warzone Houston trophy. We got some very talented 3D printer guys out there that are making some amazing stuff for us. So if we do run it, it's going to be worth your while. It's not going to just be like, hey, here's a couple tokens and some free cards that you can get at any of your stores. We're going to make it worth your while to come out.
Yeah, because that's what it's about too, is come and play, even if it's whatever game that you want to go down that's available.
Yeah.
It's to cut down, support your local environment or out of state, see the world, make friends, network. I mean, just going to LVO, I met so many people in LVO that are amazing people. And now I'm like, oh, cool, I want to go back to see them, or I want to go over here. And it just helps unite the gaming community. So,
well, and that's the big thing. And that's I've had a lot of people like, hey, John, how much are convention passes? We don't see prices for convention passes and stuff. And that's something that Alan and I did not want at the event. We didn't want to charge convention passes and then event passes and all that stuff. We wanted just to keep this strictly like you're coming to a big tournament. There just happens to be multiple games. The only thing you're paying for is the event that you're attending. So for like Shadespire and Kill Team and everything, we've increased the cost a little bit. I think that most local places, I think most of them run around $10 for the tournament. We're charging $15 just because of all the extra added expenses, but we're trying to keep prices down as minimal as possible. So yeah, supporting these big conventions, you support us, that means we can make it bigger and better for you guys.
Yep.
I mean, that's something I would like to look at. 12 teeth? And Raymond, I think Raymond was on here earlier. We would like to, maybe even next year, have custom boards already made and printed so you guys can show up. The only thing you need to bring is your miniatures and your dice. You don't need to worry about bringing up your game board for Underworld or Kill Team or anything else. We'll have that all taken care of. These are some of the investments we want to do. So you guys just need to show up with your army or team or whatever. That's what Alan and I do with all this extra money that we get. We don't fly to Tahiti or, I mean, this year we might go to Bora Bora. I'm not sure, but we want to reinvest all that money back into the event for you guys. So that means prize support and other auxiliary stuff. And because you guys are the ones that are making this for us, and this is not a money-making thing. Maybe when we get to LVO level, and we're renting out like a full hotel and everything, we've got 30,000 square feet, and maybe we might make some money. But right now it's just all about making sure you guys have the best event possible. Just come and have fun and play.
Do you think Frankie and them and Reese get like one of the suites?
I don't have it. I don't have proof, but yes.
Like the presidential suite?
Oh, I don't know about that, but I'm betting you they get like a block of rooms for free.
For sure.
A couple of hotels that I've looked at, they're like, hey, if you do this as the event organizer, we're going to give you a room for free. But none of those places had the appropriate size for you guys. So I've been like, great, I get a hotel room, but we can only have one event. The Wyndham right now is not doing that for us, but the Embassy Suites next year, they will. So, that's part of the thing I want to get is for all the TOs, at least the heads like Ski, myself, and Alan, get us a room so we can stay there overnight and be on hand for anything that comes up.
So 12 Neef said he doesn't really care about the prize part. He just wants to play and meet us. So that's cool.
Okay.
Clint has arrived.
Oh no.
So Clint
just well, like I said, 12 Neef, if possible, yes. There's a couple things that are happening. Like I said, April, I'm hoping I'll be able to fit it in there. There's two concerns about one of the games and the space that they need, and also the vendors. So if I can work this out, we might have room for Shadespire. And now, mind you, it's probably going to be only 12 to 16 players. But yeah, that's on my list of things to do. So, but I'll know probably close to the end of April, which should still give you guys a full 2.5 months before you need before the event happens. So we'll see. I'm
just happy that the place we're having it this year is literally just down the street from where I live. So I can actually just go home if I choose to and get in. 7-minute, 8-minute drive. Okay.
You go home for lunch.
Yeah. Right.
Well, hopefully I can work out a hotel room, because Saturday morning, one of the rooms, it's going to be at 6 a.m. They're going to have all the tables set up. Well, they'll have it set up that night. Then about 6 a.m. I'll be up and down in the event hall setting up tables.
Yep.
Yep. We'll have about, I'm thinking about 2.5 to 3 hours to set up only 40K tables. Should only take about an hour and a half.
Well, because the Age of Sigmar will be done that night.
Yeah, Age of Sigmar will be done, and Age of Sigmar should be done, and then the vendors should be set up if all that works out. I mean, there's a small chance that we might have to say, hey, vendors, we might not be able to do vendors. Except one. We'll see. Well, once again, it's we haven't got any support yet from the vendors, and we know that they want to support us, but it's
except one. You got support from one.
What's that?
I said you've gotten support from one.
Yeah, well, and I've got support from our other vendor as well. But I've got other stores that are wanting to support us as well. The thing is that they might be limited in space this year as opposed to last year.
Yeah.
They won't have the 20 feet or square feet or whatever that they had, or I don't know how you figure the square footage, but anyways.
Is there going to be space for FNP to set up a live stream room?
Not a live stream room, but we will. I've already got it worked out to where one of the tables will be set up for live streaming
with a network Wi-Fi link.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
preferably close to a wall so we can run.
Already got it on the map.
Cool.
The only thing with the vendors, and I think I've got it worked out. If this happens, they might be on that little walkway, that little causeway between the two rooms.
Mm-hmm.
If I do that, that would really free up the gaming, and we could put the Shadespire in that other room. Things could work out just great, and that would give the vendors, the way I was spacing it out, give you guys considerably more room. Only about 5 feet out and about 20 feet down.
And they would be in the hallway when I was telling you about the 2 doors. You put them close to the backside so they.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
Are we talking about the same location as last year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So the big area right back where the vendor hall was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in between the 2 different rooms. So if everything works out right, that's where I would love to put you, because that means I get to expand the games. You guys have plenty of room. You're not cramped in. You're not in that hearing. Right now, you guys would be in the room with, or they would be in the room with Age of Sigmar.
Oh, gosh.
And noise would be drowning you out. You wouldn't be able to have a lot of good traffic for checking out the stores. So I think the hallway is going to be the best option.
Going to be hearing some slant.
We'll see.
Did we lose John?
Yeah, he went to robot mode.
Yes.
Oh, there he is. He's back.
Is he back?
Oh, what did I leave off on?
I don't know. You said yeah. And your screen went black for a minute.
What part?
You didn't get to say anything. It froze.
I mean, what was the last thing I said?
Oh,
that's what you said.
What was I talking about?
You're just talking about how it frees up space, but right after that you went, and so.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a really bad laptop, and so if I'm watching the YouTube chat and trying to respond, the thing slows down. So, but I've got
That's so sad.
I know.
I feel sad for you.
Well, I got this computer just to do word processing, and so yes, it does all that.
He doesn't do that hamster enough. Damn.
Yeah, I mean, even right now, the little fan is like, it's spinning its heart out. It's like, oh, thank God he turned off YouTube.
Jeez.
Well, I've got a coworker friend that's working on getting me a solid new piece of equipment. So hopefully that'll work out and fix all this. Anyways, so yeah, I want to get you guys out into the hallway, and that'll give you guys a lot more room, and that way you guys will not be stuck in the hall with all the Age of Sigmar and have 50 people in there talking over each other, rolling dice, laughing, goofing off, and you guys can barely hear yourself talk and trying to help customers out. So that will kind of create a solid atmosphere for you guys to be able to.
Plus, if it frees up more space for gaming for you, it'd be good.
Yeah.
And then if that can also include the Shadespire, I'd rather prefer that.
And I can't.
Yeah.
And hopefully there's enough room where I can add the Hello Kitty Adventure Party miniature game. You know,
that would be awesome.
I mean, it's only a 2-player game. Man, you need so much room for that.
No,
well, I heard it's difficult, but I heard the models are gorgeous.
They are.
A lot of pink. Well, one of the role-playing groups. Sorry, I had to try not to laugh. One of the role-playing groups, and they are serious. And this role-playing game it's actually very popular amongst adults, not even the ones that you would think of. And the game sounds like it's actually enjoyable. The My Little Pony Tales of Equestria RPG. Yeah, they had a group had asked if we were gonna be available, have space available for them. And I had told them that not this year, but surprisingly, I know doctors, nurses, lawyers, regular gamers, they sit down and play the heck out of that game. I don't get it.
Case.
And I'm not going to call somebody out that has played it on our in the chat right now, but
I'm going to assume Clint. I mean, who else? I mean,
I think it was Clint. Somebody I know was playing. They had a group, and they were My Little Ponies of the Apocalypse. Yeah.
Boy, hey, we have an engineer at the game store that apparently is a brony.
See, and that's what I'm saying is that, that when we get to open up for the RPGs, oh yeah, when we open up for RPGs, I want to be able to do cosplay, a cosplay contest, because we have a lot of people out there that are costume designers, and heck, I know a guy that's up in that frequents, let's come to the Atomic Store, goes out to Eton, and visits a couple of the stores, a friend of mine, and he makes Boba Fett costumes, and he has all the designs for making power armor for Space Marines.
Neat.
So, I'd like to do that. I think that'd be really cool to see what people can do. But that's 5 years, 10-year mark, whatever.
10-year mark.
But I got a lot of plans that Alan and I have discussed frequently about where we want the Warzone Houston to go. We really want it to be. Right now, we're already bigger than any other miniature convention here in Houston. We beat the only other one last year. So, and I'd like to get up above Bayou Battles. Well, we're already past Bayou Battles, but in their heyday, they were like around 200 people. So I want to be above that.
Bayou Battles. Why do I? That sounds familiar.
They're now they're actually at the same hotel, but in August, and they do Bolt Action and Kings of War. They get around 100 people to show up for both events, I think. It used to be like the premier Warhammer Fantasy convention here, and a little bit of 40K and a couple other games here in Houston.
One of the guys that ran it or used to run it or still runs it came into the store and talked to me.
Blonde guy?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. He's actually, I think his name is Jeff. Good guy. He's been running for years, goes around and gets...
He's a bit older, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goes around, gets support, all that stuff. Those guys put on a pretty good show. I mean, even though they've had a dip in attendance because Warhammer Fantasy had canked and before it became Age of Sigmar. So.
Clint, that doesn't make it any cooler, bro.
I can't read what he's saying, but Clint, I'm sorry.
He wrote. I was going to play that game, and he was going to be a death horse.
Oh, okay. So he didn't play it. So he's good.
But he was going to be a death horse.
That's fine. That's still cool. But he didn't go through with it. I'm not shaming. I just can't help but laugh thinking about, playing the My Little Pony RPG, and it still bewilders me seeing the people that I know sitting down playing it. I'm just like this. I mean, I play RPGs, but I haven't.
So Clint said, because I know he's talking to you, because he's not talking about this beautiful mane, but he said, "Don't judge me with that hair." So he must be talking about you.
Probably talking about my back hair.
Let's continue painting over here.
Yeah. So sorry, I got a little sidetracked there talking about Warzone Houston, but
well, it's cool, man. You're running a big event. It's a big deal. The only thing we have to talk about is like 2 items on the docket, and we haven't even got to it yet.
No, I mean we got a little bit of time here.
Yep.
So, and a lot of people have asked. Real quick, I'll put out there. Yes, if you got a ticket for your event, you are getting freebies. How many freebies beyond what I've got planned? I don't know. But right now, you guys are getting a set of tokens and a set of custom dice. And if you've used those Warzone Houston dice, you know that they are they roll quite well. If you want to fail, if you want a couple dice that roll lots of ones, those are not the dice you want to use. So we're going to get another custom order of those dice. And we got some custom event tokens for 2019. We got 2 sets. One's with the VIP. Those are going to be acrylic tokens. And the other set are going to be some laser cut pine, I think is what they said, pine or oak cut something. And so we're making it worth your while. So no matter what, you're walking away with something besides a good time at the convention. And Ski is painting away. Jonathan's left. So I'm just going to keep rambling.
Oh, I could talk about whatever. I'm just...
No, you concentrate on what you're doing. I have no problem rambling.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got a couple things to talk about with Chaos tonight, but I think Ski's in the same boat as I am about leaks and rumors right now. Everything is dried up again, and it's because it's just the major convention season, and Adepticon is this weekend, and tomorrow GW's already said, hey, we've got some reveals coming around. I want to say like 7 o'clock, I think.
Something like that.
Something like that in the evening. So
any speculations?
Oh man, speculations are all over the place. This is what I'm going to say is going to happen. There's definitely going to be a big Sisters of Battle update. Well, not definitely, but I suspect a big Sisters of Battle update over between tomorrow and Saturday. Possibly it's not gonna be a major leak, but they're gonna show Warcry. And then after that, I don't know, maybe something about Slaanesh or the next Primarch.
Okay.
I don't think the big reveal is going to be Sisters of Battle.
Nope.
I think they're going to still trickle, slow feed us that stuff. I think it's going to be probably in the next Primarch.
Oh.
Or Slaanesh.
I'm thinking...
What about Slaanesh Primarch?
Well, yeah. And or.
I think it's going to be... Because I'm going through what has been released, what recently has been released, what's within the game systems, what hasn't been released. So let's talk about what hasn't first. The Shadespire Sylvaneth that they keep pushing, we keep seeing, they have not been released. The Halflings for Blood Bowl have not been released, right?
Well, they've been revealed.
Yeah, these haven't been released.
Yeah.
Same as okay, so we have those two. So there's Underworlds, Blood Bowl. We just got Chaos for 40K. We just got Blades of Corn for pretty much Age of Sigmar. Then you have Lord of the Rings stuff might be coming. That's always a question one. That's like. Then you've got the Blackstone Fortress expansion still hasn't been. That's been leaked out. Just waiting on that to drop. What other big game systems? Kill Team. We have the elites that we know that they're coming.
Yeah.
Okay, so every system, big system, I guess, has been covered.
Yes.
With that stuff that's already or hasn't. And so you're thinking it's a 40K big reveal besides the Sisters. The Sisters are being so transparent, which is great. I'm loving it. It makes our job harder when they're transparent.
Yeah.
But I love it. So Age of Sigmar, we still have a lot to go through with Age of Sigmar. I know in the next White Dwarf, they're talking about the new chamber from Stormcast is in that next White Dwarf. I can't wait to read it and see what that's about. I think they call it like the Celestials or some weird, some relevant name that I just don't remember right now.
Yeah.
And so we still have a lot of things that need to be updated or whatnot in Age of Sigmar. 40K is, I mean, I don't know where they're going to go. Like, what's their plan next? Do they have the campaigns? What's after that? The Primes book?
Yeah. Okay, so besides all the stuff that we'll get like, hey, here's an update on all those little games and expansions. What's your number one thing that you would say the big reveal will be? Anyone?
Slanesh.
You think Slanesh?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I got done reading Dark Imperium, and in that they even describe Fulgrim.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we haven't seen them yet. Dark Imperium's been out for a long time, you know, and I'm thinking that should be coming down the pipeline soon.
If the pictures that I saw back in the day from one of my really reliable sources, I've seen the model of Fulgrim Primer, the Demon Primer. I've seen it.
Fulgrim?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I know what you're talking about.
There was 2 pictures, and I see, and they really fuzzy, but the source is really credible. So
well, and I can support that a little bit because the same source that I got I'm guessing probably the same picture. He's also the one that sent me the earlier work in progress of Mortarion, and I was like, that's not Mortarion. He's got like butterfly wings or whatever. I'm like, that's not him. That's just somebody's own render. And sure enough, I had to eat crow on that one. And because
did you say butterfly wings?
Yeah, he's got like moth wings or butterfly wings, whatever that is.
They are moth wings, and they're not butterfly wings.
They're the same thing.
Yeah, they're insect wings.
Yeah, they go flap, 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 man.
Like fairy wings.
They go disgusting flap. Disgusting.
When I look at Mortarion's wings, I think of Arthur from The Tick.
I love it. I love the new season too, by the way. I just gotta say that.
Yeah, it's great. So, but I can kind of back you up on that Slanesh thing too, because I think, because my source had said, and he was wrong on the timing, thought it was going to be spring because they had been doing each year since Age of Sigmar dropped. Every year has been a new Chaos God, and Nurgle was last year around springtime. And then Slanesh would be this year, and the timing was off. So I'm pretty sure that Slanesh will be this year as well. I don't know if that's the big reveal.
I don't think it is.
I think it's definitely going to be a reveal.
I think it's going to be a reveal that has nothing, either something very brand new or something out of left field that everybody's going to be kind of like, that's cool, but
here's my actual honest guess is that
they're expecting a new race.
No, I don't think they're going to do a new race yet. I think they want to get through the current revamping of all the codexes with all the new models. I mean, the Primaris codex will probably come out before they put a new Space Marine 2.0 will come out. I think if we're going to see an alien race, it'll be the Rudd. How do you say it? Paul Rudd? I don't know. Well, I guess that's the opposite of Paul Rudd, because the Rudd use technology that ages things, and Paul Rudd does not age. So I think it's going to be, they're going to actually slam us with a whole bunch of, hey, this is the future of Age of Sigmar and 40K. And we're going to see like 3 or 4 images of stuff that's going to be 6 or 9 months down the line. I know it's very vague, but I'm saying like Slanesh and probably Loyal Primarch.
And then I'm thinking Age of Sigmar is going to be Stormcast Eternal with their new book and a updated old book.
James, the Battlefleet Gothic?
Blah. No,
not yet.
Way too soon. They have to keep capitalizing on
Titanicus.
They have to keep pushing that. It could be, and hell, it could be that reveal. We at least I've heard some rumors and whispers about finally having the alien races. After they get, they were waiting for them to have all the sprues available for the loyalist.
The new book will drop. It'll be a Horus Heresy reveal. That'll be another one.
Well, some people are already getting book 8.
Yep.
They've already got book 8, so I don't know if that'll be.
But if that's the book, it'll be something Horus Heresy, and then it will be the novels as well, probably.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're going to see tomorrow.
It could be the next Heresy Primer. It could be Khan.
Yeah.
Because I've seen his rules.
Oh yeah. His rules are really. I was going over all the book 8 leaks, and I'm just like, man, I almost want to play Horus Heresy again. Almost. I thought about it.
It'll be the first model with item, like a bike, a wolf, something. Like he'll be the first guy to have something, and I want to see between the price and how they do it cosmetically, because he has stats with and without the bike. So are you buying basically 2 models like you would with the diorama, like the Russ and the Magnus and the base? You just put that total and the wolves, put all that together, and that's what you're going to pay for Khan, because you're going to get a bike, him on the bike, him off the bike, and a scenic base that fits both. Well,
and you might be on the nose there, because I'm pretty sure he's the last Primarch to be done.
Besides the Emperor,
which they said that they were going to do.
Is he the only one?
They said they were or were not.
They are going to do the Emperor. They said that way back when they first started the line, that they were going to put out. They originally said 2 to 3 Primarchs a year.
Yeah.
And, they kind of failed on that, but understandably, whatever. But they did say that there was actually going to be 20 Primarch type models. So we know that there's only 18 Primarchs, because the second and the 11th, which was a female Primarch,
that both put up that. Their chapters got slaughtered by the Space Wolves, and
or integrated into the Ultramarines.
Yeah, after Russ killed the 2 Primarchs. Yep.
There was a female.
The 11th Legion.
You're making things up.
No. Okay, so in Warhammer 40,000, we learned that the process to make Space Marines no longer, or it failed with with women because of the hormone type stuff, blah blah blah, all the 19 org. And you get to, how do you get to that point? You figure it out, because the 11th Legion, it could very well be the second. Well, no, we know it's not the second, because the second was absorbed into the Ultramarines. That's why they went from like 100,000 to 250,000 for the Legion. So that leaves the 11th Legion to be the female Legion.
So what about Crawl then? Because doesn't Crawl, like the rumor is he's using all the gene seeds in his gene seed pool, even the Trader Primarchs.
Yeah, they mentioned that the 21st founding, the cursed founding, several of those chapters were actually created from this stable tissue of or stable gene seed of the Trader Legions. I don't think that's a big sneaky thing or secret.
Well, it's not a big secret, because Gilman found out, and he was like, "You need to not do that." And Crawls is like, "Sure, man, whatever you say. Bye."
Well, that brings up the whole thing about the Carcharodon chapter. It's suspected that they're either Raven Guard or they're Night Lords. They have so many similarities between the two. Anyways, we got off on a tangent, but I think the Khan is a likely choice, because they've already at LVO they revealed to us the whole bunch of the White Scar models. When they revealed the Blood Angels, they also revealed a whole bunch of White Scar models.
Yes, you're right. I had to stop
it. Will be him, and who knows? We might see some works in progress of the Emperor model. That would be a huge release, because they're starting the Solar War finally.
Well, the Emperor look like Gilman, right? Isn't that what it's supposed to be?
It looks like Horus.
No, Oh, yeah. I was trying to have a joke, and you took it. I was trying to be funny because everybody paints Gilman as the Emperor, and he's acting like the Emperor. So I was like, isn't the Emperor going to look like Gilman?
Oh, you're making a joke.
Yeah, hello.
I've heard of one of those.
Super serious guy there. So,
hey, you know what? I'm always serious because I'm learning so much about fluff.
I know. It's great, isn't it? You can actually appreciate things now.
Yeah. Dude, it's beyond that because now there's things that like I'm hearing about like the demons that existed, and I'm like, I want to make that.
Yep. How Drago just is. You need to write. Well, man, Drago's amazing. So yeah, for every bad demon, there's a Drago to kill. Kill it.
Right. Well, you know, they revealed recently in one of the books. They revealed the leaders of the Grey Knights or whatever. The original 9 or 7, 10, whatever, Delta 9 Charlie, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And one of them was one of the 11th Legion. And so that's why we get the that's kind of like how the Primarchs, Inquisition came along and all that jazz. You know, because they couldn't take the genetic tissue of the 11th Legion chick that was basically left around. Because we know that a lot of 11th Legion were floating around the universe. We know that even the Thunder Warriors are still alive during the Horus Heresy, and outcast dead.
And what's funny about them, they're the same height as Primaris.
Yeah, and that's probably why they had the genetic or whatever the flaw was. They don't even barely describe the flaw. They just say, hey, it didn't work. But they're like the storm giants, I think, from the 21st founding. The ones that are bigger, stronger. They're basically Primaris size. Some are Terius, I forget some Greek name.
Joseph Cherry says maybe the face of Nancy Pelosi, whatever her name is.
Pelosi?
Yeah, that would be evil.
I could see that.
Yep. So next on the horizon about this 11th Legion thing. I mean, hey, everybody has a theory.
Yeah, we'll see. I think all the second 11th they'll reveal all the full details, blah blah blah, after they get the last book out for the Horus Heresy series, and they can go into the scouring, and that's when we'll reveal it.
Oh yeah. I'm just gonna keep painting because I like fairy tales. And this has been a very awesome fairy tale to listen to.
You know, we're
touche.
What's that?
Touche. I like it.
Fairy wings like Mordarian?
No, I'm just saying like the storytelling, your story of the 11th Legion. I'm loving it, man. It's like story time right now.
Wait, is he fibbing?
No, I'm just telling a story, man. Can't you listen?
You know what? I gotta say, I have to say I am fibbing because there's going to be somebody's going to watch this video later, and they're going to be like, you know what I heard from the FNP guys? John guy said the 11th Legion was all female, and
that's where the Inquisition came from. Hey, it makes sense. Why not?
And they're going to run with it, and it's going to be all over the internet. And well,
those guys don't know what they're talking about. They're idiots.
You know, what'd be great though is if GW's like, oh my god, we love that idea, and that's what they do because that's what most companies do. They have these.
That's going to be canon.
On Facebook, and they're like, let's read what all these people's theories are because we are out of theories. Oh my gosh, the 11th chapter females. Oh my god, the Inquisition. Oh, we're gonna take in that idea. Yep.
Oh man,
no royalties. You should have kept that to yourself.
Yeah, I know. I should have kept it to myself, but I couldn't resist.
$1 million idea.
Gone. But you heard it here first. So I haven't kept up on the Chaos Space Marine stuff, and I know that's bad of me. I'm just not into the bad guy armies. So,
what bad guy army?
The Chaos Space Marine, Death Guard, Emperor's Children, World Eaters, Iron Warriors, Tau.
Dark Angels.
Dark Angels.
Bad guy?
The bad guy, as in like evil, bad guys, lawbreakers, that sort of thing. Criminals.
We've already been over this.
With exception of, look, the only person of the Chaos Space Marines that was wronged is Angron. And maybe
Magnus? Because he didn't do anything wrong.
He did everything wrong. Conrad Kurz. He was just a really bad Batman. And so, he got in trouble, but I don't think he should have gotten that much trouble. But Angron, he got screwed over from day one. And then he got screwed over by his dad. His dad pretty much grabbed him by the ear and took him away from his friends, and his friends all died. And he was really pissy. But everybody else, no, they're all bad guys.
I don't think they're bad guys. That's relative. Okay?
No, I'm pretty sure they're all bad.
They're not like Wreck-It Ralph, Jonathan. They're bad guys.
They're bad
guys. And it's good to be bad, whatever they say in that damn movie.
Yeah.
Well, what you just said sounds very similar to what it's right. They have to do a necessary evil for the good, for the greater good. They're almost like Tao, but better.
Wait, if they what? Wait, for Jonathan, I understand. Because of typhus, that's why he's trying to stick up, since he found out his beloved soulmate of a character is a whiny little girl, and so now he's like, but Chaos ain't the bad people.
First off, I've always said that, so I don't know why you're bringing up a sore subject. Thank you.
He's trying to make.
He's not necessarily whiny. He was just upset that Mortarion had a dumb decision, and that he did let Mortarion know in a whiny faction that he does fall under the favor of Nurgle more than him. He was just reminding him.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Death Guard are like the worst. They are Blue Falcons.
Yes, they are.
Traitor agents. They did not listen to their weekend safety brief. They did not wrap it before they tapped it.
Yep.
You look at the Emperor's Children, they at least were smart enough. They do some pretty weird things, but do you see them running around with diseases? No.
Probably. The cocaine killed it all.
Well, but they're not running around with diseases. They at least paid attention to that part of the safety brief. The drinking and driving and doing the drugs and everything, they did not adhere to. But at least safe practices. Anyway, so what's coming out for Chaos? Before I keep getting this side.
We got some Terminators and some Havocs. So the Terminator models look really good, and the Havocs are getting a really, really, really cool gun, and I'm hoping the whole squad can take it. So I'm trying to see. I want to see, because I'm going to make my own little rotary gun. Because that rotary gun is like, it's like a heavy bolter, but 8 shots.
Well, I can help you on that. And here's how. If they only come with one in the box.
Yeah, they only come with one. 2 of every other gun and 1 of those.
Okay, so if you can take 4 of those or more, why don't you go on to the Forge World website and order the rotary cannons they got there? It wouldn't be all chaos looking, but with a little bit of green stuff, you would have it.
Yep. And I like those. I like the Forge one better anyway.
And they come with it's a 5-pack.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Or I could do bits.
Or you can do bits.
Yeah. Or you.
Well, I meant use that with bits to make it
whatever you want.
Say what?
Do whatever you want.
Yeah, for chaos, we do whatever we want.
But actually, if you can take multiples of those, especially with they have that anchoring, the anchoring rule, so they can
move and shoot heavy
without any penalties. Yep. And if you combine them with if they're Emperor's Children, and they have that, you can pop that one strat that lets them, that one stratagem lets them fire twice.
Yeah, like sweet endless cacophony.
Yeah, so you have a unit of 4 of those, shoot twice. It's like 64 shots.
Did you know?
60.
Did you know you can do more things with Nurgle? You can cast powers on it because they may not be Death Guard, but they are Nurgle with the tree, like the Nurgle demon.
Mm-hmm.
But plant a tree right next to the Blitz, so they're -1 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
You make them Alpha Legion with the mark, you make them Alpha Legion, which gives them -1 to hit. And then you can cast with the mark of Nurgle, right? So there'll be Alpha Legion with the mark of Nurgle. And then you can cast Miasma Pestilence, which is a -1 to hit.
Yeah. Yeah. And isn't there a thing if you have like the priest or something nearby, it gives them like another -1 to hit or +1 to hit or something?
Yep.
So yeah, if you have them near obliterators near Alpha Legion obliterators with the mark of Nurgle near a tree. Somebody's saying, well, what about that Khorne altar, the skull altar? Doesn't that give you like a buff?
I don't know what the buff is, but I know it's a buff.
I think it gives +1 to your invulnerable save within 8 inches or something.
Or the Age of Sigmar terrain? Or no, or is it that? Really? You guys could use those?
Yeah.
Duh.
I don't ever see anybody do it.
Well, that's just because it came out.
Wait, is that the first piece of terrain that's actually army orientated for 40K?
No, we can use trees that you guys have in AOS.
The poop tree?
Yeah, the Nurgly trees.
Okay.
That's 40K.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I know they actually put rules for 40K for them.
Yeah.
So you have 2 pieces of terrain in 40K.
So basically,
they're both chaos.
Yeah. I want that Chaos Star. The portal thing?
The one that looks like a Stargate?
Yep.
Yeah.
I have not read up the rules on it. What does it do?
I don't know. I haven't seen any rules on it, but I want it anyway. And I'm going to make it look all warpy. I haven't figured it out yet, but I want to do a warpy thing in the middle. And warpy is a word.
It is. It's in the Bible.
Just gotta paint some more. Man, this white paint is amazing.
They're definitely cool. Mech Shop, GSC, Drill, Night Shrine, Webway Gate. Little pricey, but they're toughness 5, 1 wound. You get anything around and do real damage. Yeah. Well, I don't think the tree sucks. I think the tree's pretty good.
I mean, it's good for and Age of Sigmar. I know that.
That's good in 40K. It's -1 to hit. It gives some other buff. The demons. Gives the demons, but Marker Nurgle, I think it's -1 to hit.
From what a little bit of information that I got, also about next month's releases. I know we're still talking about Chaos, but don't let me forget about next month's releases.
Okay.
I'm trying to find about the Stargate or what the Chaos Noctilith portal. Does that sound right?
Sure.
You're killing me, Smalls.
You said words, and I like them.
I don't think SG1 is going to be coming out of the gate, but let's see if I can pull it up here. Okay, so Noctilith. These fortifications add infernal resilience to your troops, boost your psychers, and hinder those of your enemy. So they haven't given us the rules, but if it's given them infernal resilience, that's probably either feel no pain or likely because of the nature of the gate and everything. I'm betting if you're probably within 8 to 12 inches, you're going to get probably an invulnerable save or an increase to your invulnerable save.
Oh, goodness.
Yep. And for your psychers, I'm guessing you're going to get a bonus to summoning. That looks like a summoning portal to me. So summoning portal infuse your guys with, and if it doesn't give them, well, I guess if it's resilience, it's probably going to either boost up their toughness or give them an invulnerable save is my guess. If it's giving you like demonic energies.
Well, if it's like disgusting resilience, then it'd just be a reroll.
Oh yeah, I could do that too. So it might be one of those things, and if it stays as points of a lot of these other items, it's probably going to be, I want to say probably around 75 points.
Oh, you have to actually pay for that piece of terrain?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
you get it for free.
So no one takes it. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, so well, Sigmar, the armies come with it. You don't pay points for the terrain.
How many can you take?
Depends on like the army. So like for like Deepkin, you could take the ghost ship. You know, either you could take 2 full ghost ships or 1 ghost ship in half, and that's just part of your army. Like it comes with all the rules. The Nurgle Forest, I think you get 1 if you're just playing Nurgle. There's the Sylvaneth tree. You get 3 bases.
Wow!
Like, and it doesn't cost you. It's part of your army.
Huh.
The Gloomspite. The moon. You can have 1 moon and a Gloomspite gets army
for free.
Yeah, there's no points. And you get the benefits. There's all kinds of buffs for it. Yeah.
For free.
I'm playing the wrong game.
Tell me, man.
You are telling me. I have not been listening.
Well, AOS is actually a lot of fun. I do like AOS. It's a fun game.
I have been looking at switching over to AOS. Ski and I have talked about it extensively lately.
I mean, I'm not going to switch. I'm so highly invested in 40K, it's impossible for me to switch. But I still do enjoy dabbling in the AOS-ness. And I like my spooky boys, so they're fun.
Well, I have not dabbled into Age of Sigmar. I used to play Warhammer Fantasy Battle in the previous edition right before Age of Sigmar dropped. And I think I don't know if it's that I want to play. I'm just looking for a new hobby project. And Age of Sigmar kind of appeals to me.
Did you sell your custodes?
Yes.
Gosh dang it. Come on, man. We're supposed to have a battle report with it.
I can borrow it from the individual. That would be a problem.
Do I know the person?
Yeah, Jamie Pirazzolo. I'm probably butchering his last name. I am working on a new 40K army. Though I don't think it's going to be my ultimate project because I'm looking at the Age of Sigmar to be in my ultimate project.
Well,
so
I need to show you something.
Okay, well
this needs to be done. That's all custodes.
I could probably get that done in about a month.
I even have this dude.
Oh, Constantine Valdor?
Probably. Palpatine?
Emperor Palpatine? Or is it Cato Sicarius?
It's that guy.
Hold on, let me click on the thing.
The X-Man guy.
Oh, Ixion Hale. Oh, yeah.
All right. I even have him. Real him. Not this China BS.
You know I don't paint for free, right?
Say what?
You know I don't paint for free.
I know.
But we could talk.
I mean, they're pretty much, a lot of the gold's pretty much done. I just don't have time. I got so many projects. Now I'm doing my Primaris army.
I will take it under consideration. I'm painting a Mephiston for somebody and painting a Castellan Knight for another guy, or for the same guy. And I'm going to do, actually, I think I'm going to film me doing the Space Marine Vanguard. I was thinking about doing them as my big, awesome Golden Demon winning project, but actually I'm going to turn it into my, I think the painting, how to paint an army in like 30 days. So paint about 60 Space Marines in 30 days and video or record it and all that jazz, and show people how you could blaze through it and get. I'm tooting my own horn here, but well above tabletop quality.
Which brings me to something I want to repeat to everybody that I heard that I actually now am going to follow is about painting. Everybody's like, oh, this is my tabletop quality paint job. That is a very bad cliche. You don't. I don't do it now because I understand it. Jason from Slow Fuse Gaming / Carcharodon, Monument, all those companies. He actually said it. I'm gonna give him credit. And, he said it. It's like when you put yourself to that level, then you're kind of knocking your own paint jobs. You're like trying to justify why you didn't do something. You instead treat it as levels. So 3 colors and your bases are done. That's my level 1 paint job. Then you're like, cool. Then I get done. I add more, level 2, level 3, level 4, and that way you always paint the same. From that point on, you will always paint the same, and you just increase your quality level of painting overall because it's more of the painting instead of defending why you didn't do it.
Okay, well, when I totally get and support what you're saying. So when I say my above tabletop quality is if you've seen my custodes and you liked them, or you saw my dusty bone colored Raven Guard and you liked them.
Oh, those are nice.
That's the quality that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to win a golden demon with them, but I'm going to win some painting contests with them.
So when you paint an army just for, we'll call it quote unquote tabletop, what level painting do you think that would be?
I was just actually thinking about that.
Mine's like a level 2, 3. That 2 and 3.
Well, on a scale of what?
Well, like I always go like level 1 through 5, maybe. Like because at level 1, it's 3 colors and a base, and you're done. Like it's it's minimum.
Are you including wash in that base?
What's that?
Level 1, are you including a wash?
Like level 1, like if you're like, oh, I just need to get an army ready for just to go play a game in a tournament. I need 3 colors and my bases are done. That's like to me a level 1 paint job because you're just hurrying it up. There's no detail. There's no nothing. It's just boom, 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 boom. 3 colors. Level 1.
Then would you say 5 is like that's a showcase army?
Oh,
like award-winning.
Yep.
Like you're going for the golden demon.
Yep.
Then if I'm using a 5 scale, I would say my tabletop quality is a 3 or a 4.
Okay.
That's what I put it at.
Yeah, mine's probably about a 2 or 3, depending on what it is.
Okay.
Technically, tabletop's a 1, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess, but I mean, I'm putting it in my perspective. I mean, from my point of view, above tabletop quality for me is a 3 or a 4. Which, if it is a 1, tabletop is a 1, then I am above it technically. So I would say in between 3 and a 4, maybe closer to 4. Like the custodes minus their bases paint job, I'd say it's closer to a 4.
Oh yeah, it was amazing.
But with the bases, it would drop it down a little bit.
So as far as I always understood tabletop is it's kind of like a girl who looks cute from far, but she's far from cute. You know what I mean? Like she looks good, and then you get closer, and you're like, oh, okay, oops. That's pretty much tabletop. Is like, man, that looks really good, and then you pull it up, and you're like, oh.
Well, and I would agree to a point, but that's if community-wise, if they start switching their perspective instead of using it as tabletop quality and using it as a level system, I think would help everybody. Any way it paints.
I like that. I'm going to steal that from you, who stole it from somebody else.
Yeah, because like you could always take a model that you've done in the past, as long as it's not just goop paint, and you can always do something new to a model that you've done 10 years ago. And so you look at it as levels, and you can always improve something, and that way you keep building that confidence, that creativity. You learn something new, you can apply it, and it just keeps going.
Well, I think you just helped me set a standard for getting the new paint levels or paint critique that I was wanting to be able to apply, especially at Warzone. I'm going to have to tinker a little bit, but I think I like that tier 1, tier 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. I really like that idea now, because I'm also wanting to try to, if I don't do a video, I'm going to do a side-by-side shot of a series of painted miniatures to demonstrate this is unacceptable and this is beyond acceptable, that sort of thing. Like that way people can see, okay, so this would be tier 1 or tier 0, which is not painted, so don't.
Are you enforcing the pull models like LVO and SoCal Open and all that?
We're 3 color minimum, and it's got to be based.
Yep. Well, that's what I mean. That's the same standard. And if it wasn't, those units were pulled by the TOs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, hands down.
So we're doing that now. I'm happy. I hate gray armies.
Well, and I plan on doing basically a PSA video in the future, maybe with you or Ski or Alan there, and basically explaining why. Because I've had so many people over the past 3 years, and they're still asking now. It's like, why do I have to paint it? You know, why do I have to have 3 color minimum? Can I put black paint and then put Nuln Oil? Does that count? You know, blah blah blah. Why does it have to be painted, et cetera, et cetera? And the idea, I'm not going to go into it, but I want to be able to explain to everybody why it's important, not just for you, your opponent, but for the event.
Well, I'll just be blunt and honest, because I'm not going to sugarcoat things for people anymore when it comes to this hobby, because it's about the atmosphere. It's about the hobby. It's about the gaming, the painting, the people. There's 3 elements there. Painting, if just like Jonathan, and I'm going to use you, Jonathan, because I think it was great that you're starting to learn how to read. I am so proud of you, because I can see you glow, and you're so much more appreciative of what you've been involved in almost for a very long time. And once you
learn how to read, dude, don't insult me. People read to me, okay?
Oh, okay, my bad.
They're audiobooks.
But I have already seen a difference in appreciation. Just you know, with the one novel, you have a glow to it, and you're like, oh my gosh, and you get excited and you want to share it, and it bleeds over to other people, and then they do the same thing, and it creates this atmosphere of amazingness. And for everybody that's out there, it's a painter or not a painter, good painter, not a good painter. I know there's all that in the world, and it's a stressful thing when it comes to tournaments. If you put some stock behind the hobby, if you're just a player and not a painter, try to paint. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes some practice. Practice just the 3 color minimum in the basing and make those look amazing. That should be it. Like, if you're not a very artistic person, get some tips, and you can improve it later. For the people that are in the whole hobby aspect, once you appreciate one aspect and you just little by little dabble in the other parts, either reading the novels, painting your armies, starting a new system, or any of it, if you put a little hard work behind it, you're going to appreciate it more, and the people around you will. And then I'll tell you now, people, judges and stuff, they see that. They can tell if you're a painter or not, and that's not held against you. 9 times out of 10, they know how to be non-biased. They know how to look at the score sheet, because there's usually a score sheet that they look through, and it's basically just check the box. Yeah, that's all it is. It's not a biased opinion. Now, there'll be some armies like, oh my God, look at the customization, or look at the source lighting, look at the non-metallics. That will stand your army apart from the others. But that's a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication to figure that out, and that's the different levels. But
see,
yeah,
I don't know if you can tell, but this is a earlier. Let me see if I can find an item like my mouse pad. There we go. Boom, boom. All right, so still not focused. Focus on my item.
Yeah, no good.
But we can tell that it's all.
Why isn't it not seeing it? Look at it. All right. Well,
Good
anyway, point is, why it's not focusing is beyond me. It's focusing on my fingers. It's weird. Anyway, oh, there you go. So, right? That was an early model. I don't want to say it's not my first. This is after I gotten better, and it's still very mediocre. Now, the problem is with this one, gold is always hard to tell on pictures or camera. But this Custode, here we go, is he has 6 highlights on him, hard to tell, for the gold wise. Anyway, point being, later with lots of practice, new techniques, looking at a lot of stuff, and a lot of practice to make them look really cool, and getting different highlights, opposed to this, which was like even my basing was bunk on it, and the point I was trying to make is, at one point I didn't know how to make blue, so let that sink in for a minute. Yes, it's primary color. I was like, man, I don't know how to make blue. What do I mix to make blue? Like, I didn't have blue, and I was like, what do I mix to make blue? And this is why I was using like Walmart paints, those acrylic.
And the glass jars?
The apple pot.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Craft paints.
These
Well,
for models. Now, I use that stuff for terrain because I don't want to use GW stuff on terrain. I still kind of do. It hurts me, but it's one of those things, like you learn as you go. I use that paint because I was like, I'm never going to spend $4 on a pot of paint. Screw that noise. And then because I get $1 for a gallon of paint, and then once you start realizing the difference, you're like, oh, yeah. And then it helps you keep your color control when you're not super good at colors. And then you get better at colors because it helps you with the highlighting. And the app even says, you got the GW app that shows you. So there's a lot of things out there to help you improve if you just seek to. And that's a choice. You can put 3 colors on a model and call it a day and be immersed in the game, sure. But, you can always try to improve your craft. Like you said, my level 1 now looks like it would have been my god tier back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and if you just keep that thought process of, and I'm going to use something I'm doing for a friend. So I've been sharing pictures with you guys in our group, but this black wall is.
It looks really good, by the way. I didn't get to comment. It looks good.
Well, this is just that thick cardboard stock, and then these are not actual rocks. I think Tyler in the chat said, "Are those real rocks?" Like, no, this is the sand glass. I think it is. That's all it is.
Okay.
And he just glued it all together. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me. It's something like that. But it's not rock. I know that for a fact. I saw the back, and I could have just dry brushed it and called it a day, like 2 colors and been done with it. But again, Jason inspired me when he said, you need to set a level standard for yourself and paint everything to the same level. And so I took this black piece of terrain that would probably sit there forever, and I have turned it into a amazing. People thought it was rocks. I had some shrubbery. I colored the rocks different colors.
That looks good, man. I like that.
But this is above and beyond tabletop, in my opinion, even for terrain. But I'm holding myself to a standard because I want to improve my painting, because I've learned so much from so many people, and I've used so many products, and finding my niche and finding the brushes, and I'm still learning. But to me, I look at it, I'm like, okay, it looks good. And then you guys are like, oh my God, that's amazing. And I have to trust the people that tell me things. I know there's a lot of people out there who say, oh, they're just going to tell you it looks good because they don't want to hurt your feelings. And that's fine. They want to encourage you to keep painting. Me, I want people to tell me, hey, this kind of looks off, or hey, there's an issue here or here, because that's how I'm going to improve. So, but yeah, I paint things to a certain level. And I don't stop down. I don't go down from that anymore.
So Joseph in the chat brought up a really good point. He went off and said that screw painting, he has his fellow painters do it.
Yeah.
And that in itself is, as long as you don't claim it as yours, is fully acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're, again, Captain Kuyo said, he's explaining that, or that helps out your fellow gamer who can now make money using his skills and improving his skills as he goes and getting paid for it.
Oh yeah.
So if you got the money, then sure. And it's free and clear. You don't claim it as your own. That's my hardest thing is when, like when I have my nights and they were like, "Oh man, did you do that castle?" I was like, "Nope, had it commissioned." I hate saying that. And that's actually why I'm actually hesitant about having you paint my custodes because, this dude was my test. He's completed test, and I really liked him. And it was like I don't want someone to be like, "Man, it looks really good," and I hate being like, "Yeah, I didn't do it. It's not mine."
I used to be really hung up on that, especially as judging and being a TO and all that jazz. Really a big opponent, and I think I still am a little bit of an opponent to you getting credit for somebody else's work. I think that if kind of in the mindset that even if you show up and go, "Hey, I'm going for best appearance," but I paid $20,000 for my army to be painted, and you are getting the award or recognition. I'm opposed to it, but I mean, on a personal level, but on a professional level, all these events and everything, they're allowing it. I mean, it's
it's the other thing too. Like,
time, I get it.
But like you said though, because that guy went and told you he went and got it painted. I mean, no one has to tell you. You may not know this guy from out of town. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, thank you for showing up with a fully painted army. I really appreciate it, and it looks great. And you know what? You just paid $20,000 of your little plastic toy soldiers to a high standard. Great, it looks fantastic. Congratulations, you're going to win. You might win the best appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But something that we're talking about all these standards. Ski said set a standard for yourself. I set a standard for myself. Jonathan set a standard. When I say for like Warzone Houston, hey, show these are the standards that I'm looking for. That's just for best appearance. If your standard is just 3-color minimum and some sand on the base, so you can just play the game that you love,
do it.
Hey, congratulations! You just met the minimum requirements. You're not going to get dinged for points, or you don't have to worry about that. But you're not going to have to remove models. Congratulations!
You only put 12 pieces of flare, which is the minimum.
But it makes you feel good having a painted army on the table.
It does.
It does.
Very true.
And then you'll see, the great thing is that you'll be there with your 3-color minimum, maybe a wash, so let's say 4 colors, and some sand on the base. And hey, I am very proud of you. You are light years ahead of so many players that don't paint their armies, that they're sitting on with closets full of unpainted armies and whatnot. That's awesome that you did that. And then you're going to see all these other armies.
Who are you trying to talk to?
Us.
Huh? I've never seen your guys' closets.
Yeah.
At least
I can do this. Hold on. I don't know. There's see that old Games Workshop Battle of Verdos?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that has to be painted.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't expect people to paint to such a super high-level golden demon. I just want you to have some painted models. So don't stress out about Warzone Houston, any of the GW stuff.
John.
Yeah, I see.
Not painted. I have like 4-year-old Chaos Knight. I have this big piece of shame. Entire Dreadclaw.
Well, my point though is that you put the effort into it. Thank you for the minimum on. That's fantastic. You're not going to get dinged. And that's where you want to stay at. Great. But if you see other people, hey, that went from that to have a different standard, that maybe they went up to stage 2 or what do you call it, tier 2 or tier 3,
level 2 or whatever. Yeah.
Now that's going to push you. It's like, well, shoot, I got a fully painted army now, and I got it in time for the Warzone Houston, for a kill team, or AOS, or 40K, whatnot. Now that I can relax after the event, let's go ahead and start cleaning this up and enhancing what I've got. There's plenty of videos out there, and we can teach classes. We got a lot of stuff in the works, but just get three colors on your model. Get some sand on the base or whatever. GW's got some fantastic basing materials. So does Vallejo. Yeah, he's got that. Just what I was thinking of. That stuff right there. That thick mud stuff, or any of that stuff that comes in that jar for Vallejo. That is amazing stuff. That is fantastic. I got that from Atomic Hobby Shop before I started working there. And
more, by the way.
Yeah, I will
order.
Good.
But yeah, I picked that up, and man, my bases looked 10 times better.
Yep.
So just get paint on your models.
And I'm gonna do this not because I'm not bashing Games Workshop, but you're gonna pay for a small pot, what, $8, maybe 12, who knows, right? And then one of these, depending on the texture, this is what, almost 7 ounces. This one's about the same. They're almost about 7 ounces. A lot. Anywhere from $15 to $12 to $13. And I have one of this I've used on so many different models. I still have at least half is still filled.
Yeah, I used that same. I used a similar one on 66 Primaris Marines, and then on 27 Custodes, and I still have about a half a jar left. So the big point is, what are you gonna say, Jonathan?
I was gonna say I used a whole pot on an entire 3 foot by 2 foot board.
Yeah. So guys, just get your stuff painted. Don't stress. You've got 3.5 months for Warzone Houston. Just get some paint on those models, 3 color minimum, and some basing.
Well, we're not just talking about just for Warzone. We're just talking about
I know.
The generality of the hobby.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Wait till we'll have a nice PSA video explaining everything about, from FNP, about why it's really good for the hobby, why it benefits you and everybody else. So I'm not going to keep kicking a dead horse.
Can we make it funny?
Yeah. Oh, we will. You'll be in it, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Then yes.
Haha. Zing.
Ski, what you got? What you got there on your table?
Can you see it? Does it look okay?
Well, I can only see the tip.
Oh, I only see tips.
Just the tip.
Tips are fine.
It's just the tip, right?
Better.
Yes, better. There you go. Pull back a little bit towards you. There you go. What are those?
So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of creature caster paints, the monument paints that Jason and them. Between them, I've got a couple brushes I've been using from them, and of course the soap. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay. I'm not used to the camera stuff thing. And I've been testing out their paints, and man, I'm enjoying them. I have their paints. I've got GW paints. I've got Vallejo paints, P3 paints, Minotaur paints, Secret Weapon miniature paints. I got so many paints. One of these days, I'll post a picture of my paint selection. And I like them all. I'm going to put that out there right now. What I've liked the most, though, is their white paint that they're famous from. Some people think they might be overselling it, but I have used the titanium paint and the bright ivory on so much stuff right now, and it's amazing. It's not all clunky. The pigment's great. It's not super thin. You don't have to add any water if you don't want to. Just whatever's on your brush. You don't have to like 1-to-1. I mean, all these so far are amazing. And they paint differently though. You have to manipulate these paints a lot different, in my opinion, than any other paints, because that's the design, to help you push your paints and move them where you want them. And You have to do a couple layers on some of it, but I'm very happy that we, got into partnership, and I, got these in, and I'm using them and testing them, and I'm gonna end up grabbing. I have a giant that I have some colors. I'm gonna paint on them, a lot of these, and just kind of show it off, and just show the colors, show how it works, maybe. But this is the next level painting in my opinion.
Tyler asked, "Is that Creature Caster?"
What's that?
Tyler asked if that's Creature Caster.
Yes, these are Creature Caster.
Monument.
Well, it's Monument, but it's Monument and Creature Cat. They're one company now.
Oh, okay.
I think he still has the name. Like, it's still Monument Painting, and that's what they're calling it, but it's under Creature Caster.
Okay.
I don't know if that they're partnerships. He explained it a couple weeks ago or last week. He kind of explained a little bit of it.
See, I'm jealous of Leon because he actually said he got to get the green stuff world paints, and I heard they're pretty good. But it's because where he lives, the shipping isn't as much as the stuff itself. Because we were going to order stuff, but we found that basically the margins were nothing after shipping.
Okay.
So if you're over there in the UK or Europe area, or South Africa, like Leon is, you can get a hold of those. I heard they're really good. Sorry, didn't mean to poo-poo all over.
Oh, that's okay. No, but I mean, I'm going to end up getting some of their models, painting their models. They have a set of paints that is out right now, and I think they said in April they'll have 2 more sets, translucent paints and some other added colors, which I'm going to end up getting their whole product line because I enjoy it. They mix very well together. They help with you can mix with GW paints and do whatever. I mean, they're great paints. And I'm not just saying this because we became partners with them. We made the first cut. If you guys, I'm gonna say it again. We made the first cut of the Creature Casters partnership program, which is I guess there's a lot of people that applied for it. So FNP is part of that now. But their product, in my opinion, is well worth what they say it is. Their customer service is great. Their brushes are great so far. I mean, I'm not big on the horsehair. Like I like synthetic. I think that's more my route now. Being able to test out 3 different types of brushes and figure out what works best for me. But yeah, man. I mean, it's great. I can't even. Yeah. So.
I can't attest because I haven't got to test them yet. Yep. So waiting for Ski to give me one to test.
Well, I'll post the colors and just pick a color, and I'll put them in a baggie and put it at the store.
I want the green.
Oh
no.
Okay, this is Jade.
I've already tried using the ivory. I'm really liking it.
They're the ones that have the best white, right?
Yes, this is it. Yeah.
Oh, yes. The best, I would say, the best white on the market.
Yep, hands down. And that's why they got into the whole industry. Before Creature Caster, it was they wanted to make a white paint that actually was worth a damn, and they did. So it works amazingly.
So Leon is asking. So it's Creature Caster that holds the paints. What's the make of the paint?
What do you mean by make?
Oh, well, John said there's a different name. There's a different name on the bottle?
Okay, so Jason and Jen, I just know them. They were Monument painting. They're Monument
Hobbies.
Hobbies, thank you.
Okay, that's what it says on it, right?
Yes, these will say that on it.
Okay, so Leon was asking, so they say Monument Hobbies from Creature Caster.
It will say, so on this bottle it says on the side, monumenthobbies.com, and then on the front will be like pro, acrylic, and whatever it is.
Yeah, if you find it on creaturecaster.com,
yep,
you will find their paints on that website.
Yes, it's all in there, and they have a warehouse in here. They have one in UK. All their models and stuff is designed and made in Canada. and they take care of the soap and brushes here in the States. There we go. And if you can't find something you're looking for from them, I know this for a fact, email Jason and let him know what you're looking for, if it's out, if it's a bundle, anything. And they will respond, and he's good at trying to make it work for you. So I was going to say something else. I don't remember what it was. Airbrush. He airbrushes a lot on his live stream, and he's basically just says, just use it as regular, any way you airbrush other paints, just that's what you do. Just whatever you add the solvent to whatever the thinner, right? Airbrush thinner, whatever it is, add a little bit of that and you're good. Just like a normal paint.
Well, it's just acrylic thinner, right?
Yeah, but yeah, acrylic thinner, that's it.
Yeah. So I use so I'm not sure, is airbrush thinner just acrylic thinner, just with a different name?
Good question.
I never knew that. I always just use acrylic thinner in my airbrush, and it works wonderfully.
3 drops paint, 3 drops gumbo magic mix. And someone else said something. What was it up top? Oh, Joseph Cherry. I've not seen you since last year at Atomic when I played my first Alpha Legion 2K and Quarantine Bomb. Thanks to you and the team at FNP for doing these live events for the community. Oh, yeah, not a problem, man. Not a problem. Yeah, I've been busy, man. Like, I started up school, and geez, that just took a lot of my time away. But I still try to do things. Like this Sunday, I'm doing an intro to Sigmar day from 1 to 3 at Atomic, and I'm just going to be talking about army compositions, what things mean, design, basic rules, that kind of stuff. That helps a lot. Let's see. But yeah, man, great stuff. Great stuff. They also have paint racks that you can connect and modular, like they lay on their side. So we have the dropper bottle versions, you have the Games Workshop pods, and you can build like a actual paint rack with their modules. That actually, I have their brush holder and it says Monument on it, and it's all the FDA wood, right? The laser etch stuff.
Yeah.
I went a little bit cheaper route. I went and got a nail polish holder from Amazon for like $15, and it fits the GW paints.
Their stuff isn't that expensive on the racks. Like the paintbrush rack was like $10, $9.
Oh, I'm not saying their stuff. Their stuff wasn't available when I got this. That's old.
Gotcha.
It's pretty old.
Oh.
My setup is not as cool.
Oh, I don't have. I have a different paint rack that I got from an individual. Oh my gosh, why am I having a brain fart of his name? Damien. I bought his old paint rack that he built. And it holds so much paint, but it's already filled. So I have to figure out another edition or whatever. Not. Yeah, MDF. That's it.
Dang, look at Leon's mix. That's hardcore, bro. You know what I did? I took some GW paints, put them in a dropper bottle with acrylic thinner. That's it. That's what I use for my airbrushing. However, it was very tedious to put your GW paints in a dropper bottle.
You know what? And after all the dropper bottles that I've used, I've actually liked Monuments better. That's one thing I enjoy the most about is their bottles.
Yeah, they look different. Now, are they unscrew top?
Yes. So first thing, I'll just go through it. So when you get the bottle, of course, it just looks like this. So you actually have to take off the cap, so I don't spill any paint. And there's an actual cover that you have to peel off, which is great. That means they seal their paints and it's airtight. I like that. you shake it up. They have agitators in 2 glass agitators in each pot that they give you. So that helps mix your paints. And then the top is you screw. And let's see if they can see me on camera. Let's see here.
Don't waste paint.
No, I'm going to use it.
Okay.
1 drop. And these are hard bottles. So it's thin paint and it's not dropping out.
Oh.
So you have to squeeze a little bit on the hard bottle. Boop. Now, what I like about it, so you get your 1 drop. You're cool, I don't want to waste paint. But I need a little extra. You just close the lid. Creates a little bubble on the top. Just put it right next to your palette. You got a little bit more paint on it. And then just clean off the top on this paint thing, and you're done. Done. No mess.
You know what I actually like the most out of it? Is look at the top of the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I take mine and I paint it on the top so you know what the dried looks like.
Yeah.
So you already get to see what the dried looks like. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I like companies like that because they think of what gamers, they listen to what the complaints are and they find a way to make it, and they fix it or they make it better. And they did. Like, I wish all my paints were in these bottles because it's so easy to mix because the agitators keep it clean, you know, the colors, like all of it, man. It's just they thought of it, and I love it.
Can you give me one that's close to Reaper from GW? I would like that one.
I don't know if they have that. Let me give me 1 second.
Well, you don't have to do it now.
No.
Yeah.
I have a blue.
Yeah, it's like a gray blue, right, Reaper?
Let me look at my alphabet order paints. Give me a second.
You alphabetize your paints?
Yep. Base, if they're alphabetized, okay, I have base, layer, layer, washes, layer, dry brush, and then in alphabetical order as well.
I'm not going to show you my, so right here, I have the curve shape stuff from Vallejo holders.
Yeah.
And I don't want to show you. The colors kind of match together.
I don't think they have a color for Reaper like that, because that's one thing I'll give Games Workshop, of course, because they've been doing it for a long time, is they have every little pigment variation that they're going.
Well, if you got like an Eshin gray.
I'll have to look on their site.
Dark gray, something.
Because I have, what did I get? I got their bright warm gray, and it's like a very light grayish khaki look almost. And then I got their dark gray blue, but it's almost like the Fang dark blue.
Okay.
And then I got their black. I like their black too. I mean, charcoal or coal black. It's just black paint, but it goes on.
I don't want to take your black from you or your white.
No, I like using the black.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna take the black from you.
Black, and then so one paint I really, if I got to figure out what I would use for it, is I got white gold, and when it goes on the model on white primer, it's very translucent in a way, but very different.
When you said white gold, I was thinking of like Stormhost silver.
No, this is no opposite. Like it's more of a tannish gold look, but it's lighter.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll send that to your way as well. The light bronze is great, by the way. Light bronze works very, very well. So, and they have more. They have a handful. I think I'm going to end up getting the rest of the whole set to have because they're good paints. And I mean, I'm not trying to sell for them, but they do stuff like this where,
you're fine. You're not selling. You're just describing what it is, and you're appreciative of it. So,
yeah. Well, they give you, if people order up to like, they get discounts the more they order the paints. So they appreciate you by ordering from them. So like, I need 8 paints, where you get like, I don't know what the dollar value, but you get like a certain % discount on your order after, and then you get more and more and more. And I think it's like 10% or something like that. If you get the whole block of paints as a set, you get a discount buying it just as a set. So
Cool.
Here, I thought today was going to be a quick show.
I know, right?
I know. We just got on like a tangent about hobbying.
Yeah. Well,
There's
that's good.
shit about hobbying at this point.
Yeah, hobbying is great. Oh yeah, Pop Goes the Monkey. I met the guy that plays Deepkin from them.
Well, the link that I sent you guys, that's really for Jonathan. There's some he does some 3D printed rotary cannons.
Oh.
Yep.
Pop Goes the Monkey. Yep, I know he is.
Yep.
And their stuff is I order their stuff all the time. I think it's top notch.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean that's all I got. Did a little review on their stuff, and I'm enjoying it. Oh, so one thing I do, one of the biggest benefits too. There's so many for this guy. When you buy a thing of brushes, which is great, they come in a tube. They give you instruction on how and what you need to do before you use your brushes, because people really don't understand that you need to clean your brushes before you use them. Because if you're not, you're going to ruin the starch. You're going to ruin your bristles, because the starch that's in your bristles is going to break those bristles because you didn't clean it, basically. Yeah. And then for the soap, if you buy their soap or their paints, they give you instructions. The soap, I think didn't come with instructions, but she has a video on how to actually use the soap the proper way.
So this isn't a good example of like a good paintbrush.
That's like optimal, man.
That's what?
That's optimal.
Optimal.
Yeah, that's optimal. That's how I would.
It's partly held on by the cheap plastic. I actually use this to push around my PVA glue on the base.
So Tyler, I've been doing this hobby for a very long time, and I'll be the first to admit I did not know I had to wash my brushes, or I didn't know I was using the soap wrong.
Oh yeah, you need it. I thought you were doing a video, because I think I've been using the soap wrong.
Okay.
Because I take the soap, right?
Mm-hmm.
I take the brush, rinse it in some water, and then I twist it.
Oh, never twist your brushes.
No, I twist, like I turn it like this, right? I turn it like that.
Okay.
In it, right? So I keep doing that and putting this bit in my soap, and then it gets to like a spirally point, and then I rinse it off in the water, and then I do this with my finger, and then it comes out clean.
Okay, so whatever you see the UK guys do with their brushes, they do a lot of twisting. No matter if it's with the tip or with the brush, when you're using your brush, it's very bad for your tip of that brush doing that. Never twist to make a point. There's no need for it. If you're using I use the Masters, and since I switched to their soap, my brushes are 10 times better now, because their soap does more than what the Masters does. And it's handmade too, and it's great. But yeah, don't tip you're breaking bristles, you're deforming your tip on the brush. You could be messing with the ferrule and the all that.
So give me a quick run through. We'll create an actual video, but I need to know.
So I'm gonna use her soap because it's what I've seen them and how they explain it. You just open it, you take some soap.
John's making noise. I'm gonna click on you.
Okay.
Okay.
So you take your soap. Now I might be missing some steps. Let me grab a brush. You wet your brush. That's it. There's no like super thin. You got some soap. Put it in your palm of your hand, and you just run your brush and move it to the palm of your hand.
What's the difference than running that in the pot itself?
So, this is all you're going to do. You're just going to clean it. Take a little bit here. Mix it up a little bit more. And I could already see paint coming off. You're keeping the form. The whole purpose of this is it keeps the form of your bristles and your brush.
Okay.
Okay. Because you have a concave. It's soft. It's not the soap.
Okay. Yeah, the soap's hard. Okay.
Yeah. So you're using the water from the brush. If it starts drying up, you
Yes, Tyler. The soap is from Creature Caster.
Yes, yeah, amazing. And you just do this. Just look at it, Now you just clean it normally. But when you wash your brush, where's my water at? Give me a second. It's right here. All right, so I use the Citadel one because of the ridges, the inside ridges. I didn't know this. This is something I learned. Is when you're doing like cleaning your brushes, run it across the ridge, but don't get the whole ferrule in the water. And if you don't know what the ferrule is,
he ruled Egypt, right?
Right.
Uh-huh.
So this piece right here, I think this is the ferrule. I'm not 100%. I'm not really good, but I know. Don't ever put the water.
You talking about the metal bit?
Yeah, this whole part, I think it's called the ferrule up here.
Okay.
Never have this whole thing submerged in water because this is what holds your bristles together inside.
Oh.
Okay. So if it gets submerged, these are made of wood or plastic or whatever, but it's going to warp and mess up your bristles. Then you're going to lose a lot as well.
Oh.
Okay.
I dunked the whole thing in it.
No, you don't do that.
Then why do they make a water pot that, look at you even. They have a water pot that at the bottom of it has ridges.
Those are for bigger brushes.
They don't make ferrules that big.
No, like the bigger heavy duty brushes. Like I've got a couple up there, but you're just it's almost like a finesse thing because you don't want to ruin the tip of your brush. You don't want to ruin the form of your brush. You don't want to have it bust because they're glued. If you guys didn't know, there's these tips and stuff there's glue that holds this all together. Once that glue's gone and your brush goes kapoof, it's because the glue's gone. It broke some bristles or whatever not. The one thing he was teaching us or telling us, Jason was when he showed me this, is he hates hearing people buy these expensive paintbrushes, like $30 paintbrush, great, and then all of a sudden it's ruined and because it poofed because he didn't clean his brush. He didn't clean it before he used it. And that's all it comes down to is just a little bit more finesse with your paintbrushes and taking care of them can last a long time.
You know what I do with my stray strings? This.
Okay, so here's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up. So if you get a string, long string.
Wrong.
Oh, what's that?
Tell me I did something wrong.
No, not really.
Okay.
So you'll get some paintbrushes and there'll be a single string in the middle on most companies because that's how the press works and it always misses at least one. Creature Caster, Jen and Jason, they go through at least Jen goes through every paintbrush and she clips or pulls or whatever that one string. So you don't even get that. That's how in depth these guys go. But if you get anything that's a long hair or something, you clip it, but you pull it away from the tip and you cut it down as close as you can, but make sure it's away from your tip. That way it's bent that way.
Tyler said, "Let my bristles go." Slam staff on the ground. That's good. That is effing funny. That is comedy.
So Leon, do you clean your brushes before you use them? Hopefully you do, or you've gotten very lucky. But yeah, I have. So their soap, it cleans, it conditions, it just works better for your brush. So,
dang, Leon's for serious.
No, that's good, man. Once I got her soap, I cleaned
and religiously.
Hey, that's good, man. Because I when I got her soap, I took every single one of my brushes and I've cleaned them one by one.
Dude,
yeah.
I would make Leon weep at my graveyard of paintbrushes in the sand. Like that bad boy. There's like some orange on it still. That's a keeper. I have other ones that I don't even know if you can call it a brush. You see that tiny little thing on there? But instead of being a fine point, it goes That's just a handful. And my other brushes that I use right there in the little black stand right here, those are my main ones. And I keep them really well protected by just putting them in a pile on each other.
I couldn't stop.
I think we need to have like a retiring the flag type ceremony with your brushes, Jonathan.
I'll dig a hole for him.
And dude, it gets to the point sometimes I use the same brush almost all the way through the model. I'm edging with this big fat thing like.
No, okay, so I want to actually comment on that. Is once you get good at how you paint, like a technique, it's almost and John Owens will understand. He'll get this too. It's just like a rifle, and there is certain tools for the right precise job, but overall painting, if once you learn the technique, you should almost be able to usually pick up any brush and you can use it and figure out how to use that technique even. And I've seen it. And so it's not bad. If you have to edge with a house paintbrush and it works for you, like you're like, and this big old massive brush, dude, if it works, it works.
Yeah, it's true.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. I mean, you're actually more proficient at edging with the wrong brush.
Well, don't get me wrong, because I was like, why am I using this brush? And I go to my actual small or edging brush. But Leon says it makes your life so much harder to paint with a fat brush. Never again. I don't know. It's actually it's a medium dry brush.
Oh, that's
but again, my medium dry brush goes.
Here's my medium dry brush.
Oh, well, this is the circle ones. These are the old ones.
Yes.
Before they did the cool flat ones.
Those I've got a couple of the old ones still. Oh, here we go. So you remember the wash brush that they came out with? I still have it.
Nice.
And I use it. And it is the only brush I use for washing.
You notice this one? It's got a red tip back when they had the color.
Oh, wait, this one right here? I have the same one. Yeah, it's base coat brush.
Base coat, standard.
Yep.
Base coat brush.
Yep.
This has been my workhorse. This one is actually, you can tell, is actually better kept. There's no paint on it. It's not all crusty. I like this brush. Some brushes are like, so the other brushes that I showed you that are crap, those are those cheap, you buy a pack for $5 at any convenience store. Those are ones you don't really care about. And I only keep them around because they end up being like terrain stuff, like to move like glue around or, stuff I don't want to use a good brush for. So I'm just being funny. And the ones I actually have up here, I haven't painted at my desk, for a year. I've been painting downstairs in my little mobile fortress there. I finally got my thing set up where I can actually I got the computer here now, so I can actually watch stuff while I paint. It's a lot better. It's more better.
You should get audiobooks and just listen to audiobooks while you paint, not watch.
No, yeah. I have I'm going through the one with the assassins.
Gotcha.
Nemesis.
I'm
doing Nemesis right now. And that is like 26 hours of audio.
Yep.
So I've been listening to that while I drive to work. However, dude, we are pushing time.
Oh, are we?
Late.
Oh, we've started talking about hobby, man. I love talking about hobby.
Dude, so obviously it's been an hour and 40 minutes of straight hobby talking. I'm on the same boat.
Surprised Leon's still on. Usually, I think doesn't he get off because he has to go to work or something?
He was like, we'll talk about my stuff. Yeah, he's filled up half that chat.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad that people are in the chat. We got a lot of correspondence in the chat.
We always do. It's great.
Yeah, I'd like to talk about, it is cool about the new rumors and stuff, but I'd like to go back to the roots and talk about things that I've learned I want to share. Like, it excites me, So.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think it excites all of us. Look at that big mass back there. That's just because I was enjoying doing what I was doing. And I happened to build that in a day,
Well, just because it's snap fit. I mean, it's not hard.
It's not snap fit. And I glued everything. I glued all of that. And because of how it's constructed, a lot of it's heavy. I've used hot glue on a lot of it.
I thought I saw that same setup getting ready to be sold at Walmart. Are you sure it's not a Walmart product?
You're You're the devil. That is 100% GW, sir.
Oh, sorry, my bad. So from here, it's hard to see. You know.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell underneath all that Krylon.
I know, right?
On the Krylon's in the way.
It looks like some kid's erector set.
Yeah.
Funny.
Just something I want to bring up before we close out, to let the people know and they can pass on. Now, I've been talking about the Age of Sigmar channel. We're working on the overlay. We're working on learning OBS. We're working on Twitch. We're trying to figure out to make it not just throw it together. We're trying to make it right. But look for videos. Once I get that going, I'll probably just do some videos of myself, quick videos of like little small tutorials. I'm just going to start flooding the FNP channel with stuff, but it's there for you guys. So I'll do live streams, but
that's what all FNP is. We don't make anything. We don't get anything. If we talk to people, you got some cool paints, but that's nothing for the amount of hours or the amount of time we've dumped into FNP.
No.
So FNP couldn't even afford those jerseys. Atomic had to.
Well, and it's I think starting with CreatureCaster with the partnership, I think that's the beginning.
Of course. I mean, yeah, there's people that does throw us a bone and help this out and stuff because we do a lot for the community.
Yeah.
Still waiting for GW to get on the old FNP ship.
Yeah.
But we're still on our way to making that 10,000 subscribers, so they would even look at us. That's it.
We're gonna get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
It's 10,000.
Yep, 10,000 subscribers, and then GW will have a chat with you.
So what I need to do is go back and rewatch Silicon Valley and find out about the click farm bait farm, the farm baits, whatever they are, the farm sheds or clickbait places that they do traffic, and just say, hey, I need you to make 10,000 accounts and have them all subscribe to ours.
Yeah, and then they close our channel.
How?
They figure it out. I don't know.
YouTube algorithms will detect the bots.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but they're all real people hitting subscribe.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, before we broadcast this live for YouTube's listening, and we have this forever in the tomes of our NIST. So when we get 10,000, they're like, were they using bots?
Yeah, I made 10,000 accounts. It's all me.
Leon, that'd be helpful, but I do not condone such things.
No, I never do. That's called cheating. I have more. The Army raised me better than that.
Anyways, it's mega late.
Okay.
Guys, as always, thank you so much to our Patreon supporters. Like I said, we did get that cool purchase for getting the lapel mics. And thank you guys so much for participating in chat. Everybody, full chat. It was great talking with you guys. It's great to hear your perspective on modeling as well as painting and everything, because we all come from different walks. We all have our own opinions. So it's great to hear everyone's opinions instead of just have us with our own opinions as well. So, guys, anything else?
Nope. Oh, yeah. Get the painting for Warzone.
He's stuck on the Warzone, which is okay. Mine is, I just want to say, I've learned how to paint 3 different times because of issues of injury and stuff. And I feel like every time I learn something new, I feel like I'm relearning how to paint. Don't let that scare you. Take that and build on it. Use your techniques. Find your niche. Just keep to it, man. You'll appreciate it. Read the books. Learn how to read, or learn how to get someone to read for you, like Jonathan does, and then learn a lot too. So, and you'll appreciate it.
All right, guys. So everyone have a good night. Thank you guys so much for participating, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
See you.
Good night.